In the annals of history, one name echoes with the thunder of cannons and the redrawing of maps: Napoleon. His legacy is one of monumental ambition, of conquest and empire, a story written in stone and steel across the face of Europe. We remember the general, the emperor, the lawgiver who shaped an era with his force of will. His story is one of public power, of armies marching under the tricolour, and of a world irrevocably changed by his command. But history often whispers its most profound secrets in the quietest of places. Away from the battlefields and the gilded halls of state, another empire was taking root. It was an empire not of territory, but of beauty, not built with armies, but cultivated with patience and a deep, abiding love for the natural world. This was the domain of Empress Joséphine de Beauharnais, the woman who stood beside Napoleon, yet carved out a legacy entirely her own. While her husband sought to master nations, Joséphine embarked on a different kind of conquest. At her estate, Malmaison, she gathered not soldiers but species. She collected roses from every known corner of the world, turning her gardens into a living library of fragrance and form. In an age defined by conflict and upheaval, she created a sanctuary of peace, a testament to the enduring power of creation over destruction. This is the story of how a passion for flowers became a quiet rebellion, a scientific endeavour, and a timeless symbol of resilience. It is the story of Empress Joséphine, who showed the world that a legacy can be measured not only in victories won, but in the beauty one leaves behind. Her garden was more than a hobby. It was a statement, a vision of a world united not by force, but by the simple, perfect elegance of a rose. When Joséphine purchased Château de Malmaison in 1799, France was still trembling from revolution. While others rebuilt in marble, she rebuilt in petals. Her garden became a sanctuary, a place where peace could finally root itself again. Josephine's ambition was nothing short of botanical conquest. She envisioned a garden that held not just a few exotic specimens, but the entire known world of roses. Her goal was to gather every variety, creating a living library of scent and colour at Malmaison. She started with the roses of Europe, the ancient gallicas, fragrant damasks, and lush centifolias that had graced gardens for centuries. But her vision extended far beyond the familiar. To achieve this, she cultivated a vast network of correspondents, botanists, nurserymen, diplomats, and even naval commanders. Her passion for roses became a passport, allowing her to acquire plants from lands politically sealed off to France. From the Ottoman Empire to Persia, and most crucially from distant China, her agents sought out rare cultivars. This was an era when transporting live plants across oceans was a monumental challenge. Each specimen endured a perilous journey. Packed in rudimentary crates, entrusted to the care of ship captains, many plants succumbed to salt spray, neglect, or temperature shock. Yet, against all odds, new roses arrived at Malmaison. Perhaps the most revolutionary were the China roses, which brought with them a genetic trait previously unknown in Europe: the ability to bloom repeatedly throughout the season. This single introduction would forever change the future of rose breeding. In just over a decade, Joséphine amassed a collection of over 250 distinct varieties, many of which had never been seen before in Europe. She became the first person to create such a comprehensive global rose collection. Her garden was more than a display of wealth or power. It was a sanctuary, a scientific institution, and a living archive of the Earth's fragile, fleeting beauty, secured against the tides of war and time. Josephine's roses weren't decoration, they were defiance. In a world where women were meant to be seen, not heard, she made her garden speak for her. Each bloom was a statement. Beauty is strength. Creation is power. 2 centuries later, Josephine's legacy isn't just a memory. It's a living, breathing collection that continues to flourish in gardens across the world. The roses of Malmaison were more than just beautiful specimens. They were the subjects of intense scientific inquiry, marking a pivotal moment in horticultural history. This wasn't merely about collecting plants, but understanding them, improving them, and preserving them for the future. The era saw revolutionary breakthroughs in plant propagation. Gardeners at Malmaison perfected techniques like grafting, where a cutting from a desired rose is fused onto a hardier rootstock. This innovation allowed them to cultivate delicate, exotic varieties that would otherwise struggle in the French climate. It was a fusion of art and science, ensuring the survival and proliferation of these precious blooms. This spirit of innovation led to active hybridization, the deliberate cross-pollination of different roses to create entirely new ones. The beloved Souvenir de la Malmaison, with its pale blush and rich cupped petals, is a descendant of this very practice. It remains a garden favourite, a fragrant reminder of the period's creative ambition. And to document this flourishing world, Joséphine employed the master botanical artist Pierre-Joseph Redouté. His illustrations were not just portraits of flowers, they were precise, scientific records. Each painting captured the exact structure, colour and character of a bloom, creating an invaluable catalogue that preserved the garden's diversity on paper. Redouté's work immortalised the roses of Malmaison, ensuring that even those lost to time would not be entirely forgotten. His art is a testament to an era when a garden could be a laboratory, a sanctuary, and a work of art, all at once. Josephine's roses sparked one of the first botanical industries in Europe. Artists, gardeners, and explorers made a living through her passion. You can too. Grow heirloom roses, sell cuttings, host photo tours, or design floral experiences that honour history. Napoleon's empire fell, but Josephine's garden lived on. Her roses outlasted his crowns and battles. That's the quiet power of those who create instead of conquer. So if you've ever felt unseen, plant something anyway. Because beauty remembers you, just like Josephine's roses remember her.